Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, MaryAnne's Mystic Mentions. I'm MaryAnne. Welcome to your Sun Sign Daily Love Connection, Sun Sign Love Connection reading. There's really only one of those. One of those kind of days. Today being December 13th, 2020. I have a couple of friends whose birthdays are today. Beautiful Sagittarius season. And then we also have the featured sign today of Aquarius. And interestingly enough, yesterday, if you're coming back, because you're an Aquarius, that was the highlighted sign for Sagittarius. So this is really beautiful. It's all making sense. It's very congruent with what's happening in our beautiful universe and astrology wise, in conjunction with everyday, really serious, real time things that are going on. And then the messages really pull it all together. So hang out if you haven't been here in a while. If you're new, you're always welcome here. I would love to see you coming back. I'm here every day that I can be, because if there's something that happens, technology, well, my hands are tied, but I start right back up again as soon as I can, because it means that much to me. And so today, I'll read three major categories for the highlighted connection for Aquarius, and that is going to be, I like to do that in front of you, whereas the featured one goes around the zodiac wheel. And we're almost at the last sign of Pisces, which will be tomorrow. We'll get into that in a second. It's on Pisces. Let me double check. I don't like to do the highlighted the same, every single month. But I'll do two highlighted next to each other. Three, no, but two, yes. Like yesterday was Aquarius highlighted and today's Aquarius. So I'm going to do that. That's Spirit talking to me and wanting to share with you what absolutely needs to be said with this particular, sign for whatever reason. And the messages come through, it makes sense in the end. The last Aquarius featured reading, we had Cancer. And before that, we had, there's the water. What do we have? Where is it? Oh, Libra. And I think the mid-month was something else. So, and then we did we didn't do an Aquarius. Yes, we did the same sun signs, because that happens a lot. Anyway, thanks for your patience. Yes, we're doing this. Pisces and Aquarius right next to you. Aquarius, it's your time. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy for you right now. I literally feel it, because I'm a fellow air sign. So I guess I'm happy for all of us. I'm happy for the world right now. I'm happy for the changes that are imminent and that have been happening but are going to continue to. And it's going to be a whole different element from earth to air. And that's what you are, Aquarius. Aquarius, starting on the 17th of this coming week, you have, I believe it's, what is it going in there? Is it Saturn? I'm sorry, don't quote me, because I've said it a lot right now and it's escaping me. I think Saturn goes into Aquarius, and I'm almost positive Jupiter goes in on the 19th to Aquarius. And then the major conjunction, the one that everybody's talking about, that matters so much, and that hasn't happened for many 200 years, I'm told. 1456, from the 14 to the 1600, long time ago, the conjunction of Aquarius and Saturn. So on the 21st that happens, and it's going to be, you're going to see it in the sky. They're basically the two biggest stars other than the sun and the moon. And they are just the planets, I should say, and they are just conjoining, and it's just powerful, and it's Saturn that's so restrictive, right? And so matter of fact, and I will keep you on track. You may not like it, and you may want to go out and go crazy, which, by the way, is what Aquarians also represent, which we're getting to. And then you got the Uranian influence, which is the planetary ruler of Aquarius. So it's like, I want to do new things. I want to jump out of this box, and I want to be a rebel. I don't want to stick with the conformity of what's been happening for so long that hasn't been working, that's breaking out and breaking down as we speak, and will continue to. But the promise and the understanding of this new, inventive, original, you never know, Aquarius, you may come up with something that's just going to blow people away, including yourself. You've had a while before you had this kind of incredible energy working with you, and with Jupiter in your sign for the 13 months it will be, because it goes, you know, into every sign every 12 years. It's a real humdinger for you. It is a beautiful experience that you can take in and feel really good about. And air is lighter. It's always lighter, obviously, than the earth element. And they both are very important, and they both represent so many things for all of us. But we're done with that now. It's going to be air for for decades and a couple hundred years to come. So congratulations, Aquarius. And I love Aquarians, and you're friendly and you care and you want to help the world, basically. And you're going to do what you can because you're a fixed sign and you're not going to take no for an answer. You know how you can be, especially when you're in charge. This is important. This is real life stuff. This is earth-changing, literally, you know, the emphasis being on that, science, medicine, all that beautiful thing that Uranus represents. And then just keeping it moving forward, boy. You know, we've already experienced what we did this year. We are here, and if you are here and you're well, I guess that pretty much says everything. It does for me. And that is something that I have been extremely appreciative of every single day. Because, you know, we're just doing our best to do our best. So, Pisces, though, you know, that's also beautiful, because Pisces is the spiritual, you know, the water sign that's so empathic and so full of love and so full of compassion and wanting to help others, and as many as well, you know. The depths of the water in all of us, the depths of our soul, is what Pisces wants to give and exude and to share, and to kind of hopefully convince other people the importance of that versus so many other earthly materialistic things that we've been prone to just want to believe is what matters. I mean, it's nobody's fault. It's been in our faces for so long, you know. The attention will be shifted, though, and it's going to work really well with you, Pisces, because that's your real deal. That's what you're about. You're like, I will give myself fully, and I will suffer the consequences many times because of it. You know, people tend to, at times, not everybody, you know, they see this light and they see this person that's like, oh my God, they're so nice, and they're going to listen. I bet I could pull one over on them. You know, it's just like, and that happens, right? It just does. But, you know, they're also very protected. And this combination is beautiful. You work really well together. It is air and water. And, you know, it's not the, you know, end all to be all kind of element connection, but it just, I see it a lot. So obviously good things are happening. You're a mutable sign, Pisces, and you also historically were ruled by Jupiter. So there's a lot of luck and positivity with you. Not to mention your artistic and creative endeavors, which also, I never say it, it seems, but the air aspect of Aquarians are extremely artistic and creative, and they love all of that. They love culture and the arts. They love everything about life. They just want to eat it up, you know, and they're just determined to take it on, and they're independent in a lot of ways, and they're thinkers, and they're expanding their minds at all times whenever possible. Just wanting to just be drenched in knowledge of life, you know, the real, we used to say school of hard knocks, but, you know, just living in it and figuring it out, you know, and making the mistakes along the way, what have you. Uranus is change and unexpected change, too, so I really feel that's going to be not only what we've experienced now and will, but actually, you know, Uranus is in the sign and the planet of the sign of Taurus. And that happened earlier last year, I believe. I want to say that, March. I lose track of time these years. You can imagine. This year has just been a blur. And so, bottom line, it'll be in Taurus. Uranus will be in Taurus for another 60 years or so. It usually stays in a sign for 7 years. So we're at the beginning phases of it. And Taurus is money. Taurus is security. So there's still going to be some earth. It's going to keep us grounded and planted, right? And then the thoughts that'll come up and the ideas and the expansion of our minds and the creativity and science and everything between the two of you alone could be just phenomenal. You know, I don't even know how else to explain it. It's just like a big ball of beautiful stuff. And to top it all off, tomorrow is our new moon solar eclipse. Like you literally can see it. It's one of those where, you know, the moon and the sun are in the exact position, so they block each other and it's dark. It's going to happen in Northern America in the earlier part of the afternoon. So if you get a chance and you're careful, I'm pretty sure it'll be clear tomorrow. I'm pretty sure it's raining today. Should be wonderful. Those are the things that are just, to me, I take in and think, wow. It shows how vast life is. It shows how fragile we are. And yet here we are making it happen and coming up with ways to improve and to work with the earth and the people and really pull it together, man. And work on the communication and the forward motion. So that's what's coming through with this beautiful new moon eclipse in Sagittarius. That's so complimentary for you, Aquarius, as well. I mean, it is about positivity. It is about future thinking and really educating ourselves, And I know that a lot of people were put to the test this year because they had to learn a lot about technology, but I really feel from what I'm hearing and what I feel, it's been one of the best experiences for them because it just kind of made them feel like, oh, I didn't realize I could do that, and what else can I do? How else can I further myself? And may I even perhaps consider a job or a new gig or interest or hobby where I'm, reaching the world through technology and internet and YouTube and such. A lot more people. I was just before that, but yeah, I've been doing what I've been doing for decades, but I'm just like, I'm going to join the brigade. Why not? Hopefully I can interest people and you'll continue to come back and like and subscribe. That's my segue for you. That's my soft sale. It's just something that needs to be said. It means so much. I appreciate all that do. I have, momentum in places I want to go with this channel, and you're the ones who are going to help me get along with that. So I really appreciate it. But we have this beautiful affinity with the two of you, Pisces and Aquarius. And I'm telling you, the newness that can come when you write down your intentions for this eclipse, which is, like a super, super, super new moon, right? And it's going to last, and it'll have effects on us, which may or may not be seen immediately, but it could very well happen tomorrow, the day of. Some kind of information, some new, opportunity, some epiphany in your mind, some change of your exercise regimen, whatever it is. You're going to feel inspired, and you're going to really want to stick with this because it's going to last a while. So you might as well, right? And just kind of set up your own pace. Sagittarius can be pretty fast and fired up, and they're a fire sign, and they're motivated beyond a lot of people, but they inspire you, And that's what this beautiful eclipse can do for us. I love it a lot. Let's see what your messages are for the three major categories between the beautiful highlighted connection of Aquarius and Pisces. So remember, love of all kinds. You don't have to be in a romantic relationship. Oh my gosh, it's phenomenal when you are, though. And I feel that's a big percentage of you, but nope. There's love in many levels, and I definitely always include love of self. I think that's really growing with a lot of us. Self-acceptance, And just really, well, you should be really proud of ourselves, I think. We should be all proud of ourselves because we've just been through a fair amount of once-in-a-lifetime stuff. And it just shows us what we're made of, right? And how we can accomplish and really, we're very resonant, we're very, what is that the word when you, not resonant, but we're very, well, definitely flexible, but that's not the word I was looking for. And I'm distracted by looking at your messages. Let me read them to you. The first one is the overall category, I always like to say. This is the influence that you have to this moment. Now, you may not resonate immediately with these cards and readings, but don't give up because, like I said, there is going to be an individual message for every other zodiac sign in connection with Aquarius. So if you're not that highlighted connection, stick around. You still have something that you may want to hear about with this Aquarius because somewhere in your life you have an Aquarius. I know this. I feel really strongly about that. Your first overall energy and message is the Nine of Wands. So this is this... The last hurrah, so to speak, is like you are fired up. You've been very, very, if not physically, emotionally, so motivated, so energetically wanting to change, wanting to see something through, wanting to persevere with, Mars in Aries as well until January. It's been 6 months. all of us, you know, we had these temperaments that maybe kind of surprised us. I know I was surprised. It wasn't like I blew up at anybody. I felt more aggressive than I have. I've had to really stop myself from losing it, because some of the conversations, like on the phone when I'd be waiting and so forth this year, you know, a lot of us did that. I was just blown away. And then I realized, well, MaryAnne, you know, this is what it is. You just have to, you know, just let it be, basically. And a lot of deep breaths and getting on, you know, my indoor bike, just to kind of keep things flowing and energy just kind of, you know, we all kind of had to do that, right? That's what I'm seeing with this. You've been really, really agitated as well. You know, fired up, wanting to see it, wanting to make it happen, and guess what? The 9 represents completion of this overzealous or out of control energy that's been around us, that we're feeling. It's Mars, it's fervent, it's hot, it's passionate, and it can get, like I said, out of hand. So no, you're not going there anymore this coming year. No, intentions are being put down, and I'm not talking about New Year's resolutions. Intentions, talking strictly about what you want, how you want to go, how you want to get there, and not even really, if possible, focusing on anything that made you feel less than positive about any circumstance, whether it be your relationship or your jobs or your finances or all the others, which we have an actual card for. Yeah, you know, you held in there. So just one more bend here before the end of the year. And boy, like I said, with Aquarius, all that happening, we're all going to feel it. I know it's going to be different in a positive way. Then you have the second card in category, which is the possible blessings or obstacles. 9 of Pentacles, baby. Independent, worked hard, you know, earth element, stable, very consistent, reliable, trusting, just let's just take it a day at a time, not in a rush. I will stand the test of time, and I'm gonna have a bountiful of abundance, because that is what I choose, and I work for it, and I will not let up. And it's just so, it's as determined as the wands and the fire, even though it's earth. It's just, it's holding on with everything you can, you know. And knowing Mother Earth is there for us, in fact, to do that. Just keep our feet planted on the ground and just watch the 9. The 9 of Pentacles is like, there's just one more, it's the 10. This is really, really beautiful right now. And you're imagining, or you're living it, or you're believing it, or you were smart this year, you didn't overspend, you didn't go crazy, which was probably easy for so many people to do out of 1, boredom, 2, the planetary influences that were Mars related, where we just want to be extravagant and we just want to be impulsive and we just want to do the things we know we really shouldn't. You passed the test, my dears, and I love that for you. And there's so much more to, you know, to create, you know, to manifest. It's not nearly over for you, either of you. So then you have the beautiful category of finances, and, you know, the tangible, practical things, our security, our daily jobs, all of that comes into our lives. And what is your message? You have the Justice card. Yeah, Major Arcana. And that represents air. That is Libra. But as an Aquarius, you know, in this particular reading, you definitely are feeling the vibes. You see the scales. It's about the balancing. It's about really being aware of that, maybe more than usual for your body, your spirit certainly. Your mind is an air sign, not letting things get to you too much, not getting out of hand with what you're saying or feeling, and how you know, are chiming in with others that you don't agree with, and so on and so forth. Gossip, all of that. Fairness, equality, helping those less fortunate, giving for the sake of giving, absolute love, caring, you know, very, very structured in how you go about it. You know, you're very serious in a lot of ways. This is real. This is like, this has to change. and getting the help you need. You know, the justice is being served. It's coming through. It's been a while. A lot of us have been waiting on specific things. I'm not going into that. That's not what my channel is about. You know what I mean, and guess what? It's coming through, boy. Even when we least expect that it would actually will. You've got a positive influence happening with you, and it's about your money. It's about your security. It's about going about expressing things and writing it down, whatever you need to do. That's opening up. The doors are just going to just be wide open for you to really be heard and voice yourself. And I think you really like that, Aquarius. And I know that, you know, Pisces is going to be right there with you. And you both can work on, you know, scripts or, you know, written, whatever it is, the creativity that you two can create in your endeavors, in your life, in your love. It's kind of unmatched, and I love it. So, fabulous, beautiful messages. Just hang in with that, you know, feeling that, oh, is it going to stop? I don't know. I don't know if I can stop my mind, if nothing else, right? It's so fired up. Air signs just let us, you know, everything is through our thoughts, you know. It's something we really have to very, very intently recognize so that we can, you know, keep it at bay, keep our body calm, help with the stress, take the deepest breaths possible. And nature's so amazing. It is definitely one of the biggest healers we have. And that's a beautiful feeling to know you can walk and you just start to feel better, you know, whatever it is for you. I am going to read an individual message for every other sign in connection with Aquarius. So basically, I'll just go around the zodiac wheel for you. Aquarius and Capricorn. Well, c'est la vie, Capricorn. You had this year, you had your Jupiter in your sign. You are ruled by Saturn, though. And that's what's going into Aquarius. And Saturn is really, well, that's what you've known all your life. For you, it's not a big deal. You really wouldn't know otherwise, Capricorn. You just really love being, you know, on task. You're focused. You're successful. You're hardworking. You're level-headed. You're capable. When many people aren't, you know, you can keep a cool head. You're reserved. You can be in the background. You don't need a lot of attention. You are, however, very much on top of things, usually running the show, and, you know, making sure people around you and in your group or tribe, however you want to say it, are you know, all kind of like-minded. You don't want to mess with people that aren't going to pull their weight. You know, you're serious that way, but it's okay. You give the right amount of recognition, and you're a generous person. You can be very generous. You can even be funny. You know, you love a good laugh. You definitely love love. So you are cardinal sign. Your birthday is starting on the 21st as well. And you represent the beginning of winter. And, you know, that's that kind of a darker almost energy, because it's, you know, this is what you've had. You didn't wake up and it was sunny. Chances are every year your birthday does have rain. I mean, even this year when it hasn't rained at all. If you're in the Bay Area, California, good chance it'll be raining. I like that. I think it's a positive omen. I really do. It washes away stuff. Start the new year with your whole month in your, you know, birthday month. But neither here nor there. You're a hardworking. The two of you together can collaborate in so many ways and really, really see things popping. You know, and the grounding aspect for all signs, but definitely for Aquarius, is a wonderful thing. Especially with, you know, the amazing expansion kind of energy and luck and opportunity of Jupiter, coupled with, in conjunction with Saturn, that's so, we're going to constrict and conform, and we're going to do totally opposite, right? And yet it works together so well. It's almost kind of how I feel about the two of you, to be honest. You're way more serious and way more practical in a lot of ways, and that works with the fact that Aquarius is it, because you just balance each other out. Your message, however, was Judgment, Major Arcana. This is one of those cards that it's a Major Arcana. It has great emphasis on your life and the direction you're going, but it's more than that. It's like as above, so below with the Judgment. It could be something coming through in a court case, yes. It could be there's a judgment that's been made. It's not being changed. I think of it more of a larger scale right now, if you follow me. in our world, and changes that have been made and are being put into effect as I speak, behind the scenes. But it also really represents your internal judgments and decisions that you will have to live with. Only you know what they are, right? That's something that means a lot to a Capricorn too. They really take that to heart. I think you're easier to just get up and brush your hands off and go, okay, I blew it, I'll try something else. It's the Aquarian way. But you know, this is whatever it is that you've put into place, karma, however you want to call it, it's set, but it's also there to teach us, and it can be amazing, depending on what you've done and what's led you to this, this judgment maybe between the two of you. I think of it as a beautiful thing. You know, you've got the horn representing messages and information coming through, whether it be spiritual, co-created, what have you. But yeah, it's okay. I don't think you'll be shocked. I think you're both wonderful human beings in spiritual life, and you just do your best, and you're going to be finding out that you reap the rewards from that. Then we have Sagittarius and Aquarius, which I read yesterday. You were the highlighted with Sagittarius yesterday, Aquarius. And you know, like I said, I love it. We're in Sagittarius season. The new moon eclipse is in Sagittarius, and it's all about pointing their arrow and shooting for the stars and never giving up and believing, and with such fiery ambition and drive, you know, that they are going to make things happen. They're going to see a change. They're going to help those, anyone they can in the process. They're very interested in philosophical, you know, outlooks and higher learning and teaching and studies, you know. They want to learn, they want to expand and grow all the time. They're interested in travel, interested in foreign aspects. The two of you are amazingly wonderful together. I don't even know how else to say it, you know, I'll just simplify it. A lot of beautiful harmonious energies, and you've got the mutable aspect of Sagittarius, and they're proud and very straightforwardly independent and fun, adventurous, but you know, they're going to have that freedom. So do you, Aquarius. You love that. You each give each other that. Your message is, okay, the Seven of Pentacles, so you've really been thinking long and hard this year. I work hard, you both do. Maybe you've had something going together and you've had, you know, stops and starts and that sort of thing we've gone through. You're just really, really digging deep. Informations and you know, guidance that you'll get with this new moon will set you in the right direction and add to whatever it might still be missing as far as how far you want to go in your career or in your relationship and things that matter to you on a practical day-to-day basis. And I always attribute, you know, health to that too. If you're just kind of not doing things you normally have done, you know, whatever that is. I'm not a doctor, you know that. I'm just saying that this sort of says, remember, whatever you do, take care of yourself, because if you're not feeling well, all the other stuff just kind of falls to the wayside, right? Just reminding you, have I been, you know, forgetting that? Have I been a little bit over extravagant with this beautiful energy of Sagittarius? It happens a lot, and it is Sagittarius season, probably a lot of parties, safe, but yeah, and you know, just being aware of that again. Just start your new year. Beautiful. You'll make it work together. You're building. There's no doubt about that. There is security. You're doing a great job. Just making sure the Temperance card represents Sagittarius. Just keeping it temperate. Then you have Scorpio and Aquarius. This is wonderful. It's water and air, and Scorpio is deep and transformational, and we still have Venus, the planet of love and passion and intimacy and magic and joy and happiness and fulfillment in Scorpio. It's really deep. It's not surfacey, man. This is the real deal. It's intense. They will rapture your heart. I'm sorry. How dramatic. They really get your attention, and they're mysterious in a lot of ways, and they're somewhat secretive. But they will share with those they feel that connection with, that inner soul connection is how I like to say it. And they'll feel it, they'll know. Even when you don't, they know. And they're very perceptive, and they're a fixed sign, very determined like you, Aquarius, and they were ruled by Mars, you know, historically, and now they're known for being ruled by Pluto, the transformational planet. Okay, from the inside out, changing, rising above from the phoenix, the darkest parts of us, the things that had to go and die and be born again, all a part of Pluto. Our sickness, our health, our well-being, our environments, all of that's what Scorpio is pretty in tune with. So I think there's some beautiful things happening though. Let's see what your message says, because that came out, but I don't feel like it's it. Nope, it's a Six of Cups. This is happy, this is memories, this is sentimentality. It's love. It's love of your relationship, but it's love of memories, and it's love of, I always think, siblings. Fond memories of thinking about them if you've lost them like I have, and I have been thinking about them and they've been coming in my dreams. So yeah, but just holding each other and just embracing the moment, the present, and thinking of the past. You know what? For the first 2 weeks of January, there won't be any planets in retrograde, and there's going to be a big surge of energy to want to just keep it moving forward. So the memories can happen now, and it is holiday season. It would make sense that you're going to be around people you haven't seen maybe, and thinking about old times and other Christmases that will never equate to this one. But yeah, there's a lot of beautiful energies for us to just keep it moving, as they say. Libra and Aquarius, I love it. Both air signs. I've always said it, but I have a sister that's an Aquarius. I'm happy it's her year, She's gone through some stuff, as we all do, and it's time. Everybody, it seems like when you're just almost like at your end, right? Then Jupiter comes around and starts that year where you're like, thank you. And plants the seeds so that the next 12 years before it comes back, it's just never ending if you want it to be. You got to put the effort in though, I always say that too. But there's the fairness and balance with Libra, ruled by Venus. So a lot of love, a lot of compassion, a lot of beauty and interest in beauty and arts and culture and living well and, helping others, being genuinely caring and wanting things to be peaceful as possible. And don't like a lot of harshness for one thing, but also just, combative kind of energy doesn't work for Libras, and they're going to do their best to kind of work around that and see other sides of things and all that good stuff, which you can appreciate because you think in the same way in a lot of ways, Aquarius. So yeah, and then a cardinal sign, Libra, started the season of autumn, so, very much interested in doing and shaking things up. You have the Knight of Wands, so there's the fiery, passionate, ambitious energies coming with Sagittarius season, but the new moon. Information, what do you want to do? How do you want to get there? Because we're going. It's time, okay? You've had a lot of time to relax. I don't know how much a lot of people relax, but, we were forced to be at home. So you're done, and you're ready. And the two of you are just going to gallop into some amazing, beautiful times, or I would say taking some time to get away. Because Sagittarius is, like I said, a traveler, always will be. Think about it, friends, Sagittarius, and this is the season where we're getting that bug, like, next year, maybe not the beginning, but mid-year and so forth, I'm taking that vacay. I'm one of those people. And you're excited about that, the two of you, so I hope that happens. Then we go with Virgo and Aquarius, and I love it. And there's that rooted, beautiful energy of, stability that you get from Virgo. They are a mutable sign, very adaptable, more changeable than the other earth signs, I think, because no earth sign really cares for change much. It's a lot harder for them to make changes, and they're slower about it. But there's this beautiful Mercury-ruled sign that Virgo is, and Mercury is the mind and expansion once again, so the two of you can powerhouse some amazing ideas and inventions and, just, just shock yourselves maybe, because you're going to come up with something that could really help the world, and, maybe in the beginning stages, but it's also going to be a long-term life event for you. You both. And it could be marriage too. You could be deciding to, that's it, let's just make it happen. Let's cement our relationship. What does it, okay. So you have the Hangman. Well, we're all in that. Well, a lot of places shut down again, right? So there's the Hanged Man, which is definitely what it says, but it's upside down. Hangman is about pause. It's about reset. It's about waiting, seeing a different perspective, not uncomfortably in any way. It is ruled, it's a sign that, it's this card, excuse me, that represents Pisces. So there you go, Pisces. And I know that you've been really wanting to be at peace with what's happening the best you can. I know you've allowed time to be still. It's essential for you. I think you've shared some of your incredible wisdom with the Aquarius. And I know that it's upside down, so guess what? The pause, the waiting is pretty much over. Does that make you feel as excited as I do? I have a Pisces rising. Yes, I say bring it, and we can actually create it if you've been thinking in that way. That's why I'm seeing this as reversed, which is a sign, a card you would like to see reversed, even though to me, I like the Hangman because we all have to have that time to listen to our intuition, listen to our guts, listen to our higher power. I just saw a documentary where the gut, our stomach, however you want to word it, intestines, is the second brain. And it makes so much sense to me because we have so much emotion that goes on in our stomach and we feel things there, you know, in addition to our brain and our head. So they work together. It's a beautiful documentary. You have to check that out. Anyway, let's move it along here. Leo and Aquarius, total polar opposites, fire and air, beautiful combination. Things happen, right? Things get lit up. Passionate, beautiful, prideful, dignified Leo, right? Fire sign. Very, very in tune with what's happening with the Mars in forward motion. They notice their momentum building, and they didn't always have it this year. And I think it's really an introspective month for them this month. But the beautiful influence of their fellow fire sign, tomorrow's eclipse, is just going to spark it, boy. You're going to hear them roar, but it'll be a roar of happiness. And they're going to want to help you and work with you and love you and, you know, partner with you. They're generous to a fault. You know that. You love that about them, but you also know that they have a lot of knowledge and creativity themselves, so the two of you could do amazing things again. And you come from different places, but you work well together. Very well. So fixed sign like you, ruled by the sun, that's the most brilliant, you know, star in the universe. That's that incredible strength and vitality and ego that we have and we're given to push us forward. And you have the Ace of Swords, so there's the beginning. There's any kind of disruption in your communication in this year, it's completely changed. It's all straightforward now, and it's an ace. It's the beginning. It's starting new, and it's wanting it to happen and being clear and being truthful. There's like little olive branches, so it indicates to me there might have been a definite stall in communication between the two of you. And I you know, I don't know what that would be. Maybe just a few percentage of you, but that's not going to happen anymore. Fences will be mended, and the holidays can do that. And I think this one is especially important for that. And you'll be feeling it because of that beautiful conjunction, like I said, in air of Aquarius on the 21st, which is still before Christmas. Going to snap some things and change some things, and it's very powerfully strong and beautiful. Cancer and Aquarius, water and air. Cancer is ruled by the moon. Cancer is very, very in touch with the tides of life, the energies of life, feeling the depth of emotion. They live their life through emotion and feeling and caring. Nurturing always comes to mind. Very, very, no matter the sex, very nurturing in the sense that they care greatly for those that they love. They hold them very near and dear to them. It means everything to them. Family, home, you know, security, someplace they can go and be away from the outside influences that are very hard at times to take in because they feel it. Yeah, and, you know, just very shrewd and capable and resourceful, but, you know, very loving and kind and just fun, and you two can really have some real heart-to-hearts because they'll listen. Cancers will listen. And make sure that you hear them as well, because they won't necessarily ask you to hear them, but they need that maybe more than we realize. Ooh, the Hermit. That's this time of year right now, boy. I think the Hermit mode has been kind of common for all of us, but I think that it works best for a Cancer. Because they like being at home, and they like being, at, you know, where they can be away from the agitation that we pick up in the world from energy, right? We're all energy, so that's what they really feel. And the two of you have really felt like you've been in touch with the wisdom that you have, that's always there with you. And perhaps other places, like dream. Maybe things are really profoundly coming into your dreams, and you're sharing those, Cancer, because, you know, you're very prophetic and psychic. And just really holding on and supporting each other during this time. And being at peace, retreating, letting go, the surrender, you know, the surrender, that's so important for all of us, and it really helps you to just feel better overall. You know things are coming around. It'll be fine. That's the light. That's the star in the lantern. There's always that wish and belief. And Gemini and Aquarius, perfect. Both air. I mean, we just had the full moon lunar eclipse, partial lunar eclipse, but full moon in Gemini. I see many, many Aquarians and Geminis together. They do really well together. And, you know, Gemini is a mutable sign, and it is ruled by Mercury, so they're all about communication and talking and expressing. And you just will I've never met a Gemini at one point, because they have duality in their personality. Some way, they may be quiet one day, but then they're just like, where's this person? They're so talkative, you know. I mean, not for everybody, but a lot of people recognize that. It's one of their traits. Very ambitious, very, very knowledgeable, you know, very witty and quick and fast, and you got to keep up with their energy, let me tell you. And if you're boring them, they're going to let you know. They're off to another place, topic, situation, something they can study and learn and grow and share once again. Great at writing and all sorts of artistic endeavors when it comes to speech and learning and talking and everything. And that's what the full moon brought to us. A lot of conversations were coming through that kind of hit you out of nowhere. And then you with yourself, Gemini, you inside, internally were like, wow, I don't know how honest I had been with myself about that. It was a real revelation, this full moon being in your sign. It culminates things. It really brings things to the light, you know, the full moon. But I think you two are really open for just major dialogue and discussion about some real prominent things that are going to really help you both. And you have the World. There you go. It just couldn't be more clear. Major arcana about movement. You may move from here to the other side of the world. You have to. It's about the world, but that's also, you know, the Aquarian energy of helping the globe, not just small scale. Nothing small scale in the mind of an Aquarian. You know, it's out there. It's just like, the more the merrier, right? More animals in my life, the more I can have, the more friends, the more sociable, the more I can express myself. I want to be heard, I want to help. Yeah, and then literal movement, like you may be moving, you know, you're from another house to another, maybe purchasing, I don't know, you know, definitely fixing up comes to mind. You're going to have a change. You cannot get around it, and I think it's wonderful. We have them all our life. Don't be frightened. Don't think it is a stressful thing. It's a positive thing. And this is what it shows. You've got the world in your hand. It's your oyster. What do you want to do with it? Talk about it, and then make it happen. Taurus and Aquarius, you know, boy, talk about different. There's that earth energy, that Taurus, that stubborn, determined, just like, oh, ruled by Venus though, and that kind of softens them. Venetian energy is very feminine. You know, it's the goddess, it's love, it's beauty, it's luxury, it's all the senses, I always say. I find that a lot of Taurus, because they're grounded in earth elements, they are very sensual. I think they learn and feel in a very importantly, or find their senses to be a very important part of their bodies and the way they operate. And they can just be still, and they can just sense and smell various things, right? Yeah, they love nature. They fixed sign, set in their ways like you, but you know, you can work on it. You both could help each other immensely. You know, there's the positive aspect of the generation of ideas and steadfastness, which is really important, again, like I said, for the air, because we get lost in our mind and they keep us down to ground, to the earth, and they say, okay, one topic at a time, let's not get carried away. You know, very sensible, and you want them in your corner, you do. And that's turned over, so I'm not going to use that. But this one is the Three of Pentacles. Building, growing, and important, you know what? Very, very capable and like mastering your gifts. And getting help. It's like a community effort. There's that Aquarian aspect of it, right? I mean, you're fine being at home and or being in your own business and, you know, obviously working hard, Taurus, but, you know, I know that when it comes to Aquarians, they want to add and they want to generate more people and more group kind of mentality and just build upon that and help as many as possible. Beautiful, beautiful growth in your money, your stability, whatever that may be, your relationship, maybe getting married, going to the altar. This does sometimes represent, you know, a religious, you know, person who's in charge and who's knows what they're doing, like a priest or somebody that could marry you and make things legal. And why not? Why not? You're going to be in a relationship for a long time if you decide to do this. It's going to be a long-term, loving, permanent kind of thing going there, relationships. So that's gorgeous. I always like three. It's the triad. It's, you know, it's just this beautiful triangle, which has always been very important in spirituality and other beliefs. Then you have Aries and Aquarius. I love this so much. Air and fire, baby. Like I said, if you're hanging out with the Aries right now, you're feeling a lot better for them because they are so revved up right now. They have so many ideas and they are so wanting to put them into, you know, use. And the two of you are going to go like gangbusters. I think you're going to be really, really taking it to a place you've never taken it before. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. They want to pioneer and they want to be known for their leadership and their incredible confidence and the qualities that they can help share with others. They're outspoken at times. You appreciate their confidence and they will help you. And they're fire and they're motivated and they're going to keep you motivated, Aquarius. They're cardinal, you know, they're initiators as well. Those are the people, like they say, birds of a feather flock together. That's who you want in your corner. You're fun. You also have great times together. But when it comes to work, you're really going to, you know, you're going to change the bar. And you know something? This is interesting, and I don't know exactly, so I won't go into. I feel like it came with a similar meeting with Aries. But it is the 5 of Swords. There we go. There's the changing of the guard with the air sign again, which is what you are, Aquarius. And this is about not even tolerating anything that contradicts your way of thinking and the way you choose to see things anymore. You have been so confused this year, as many of us have. And you're done with that. And you don't want to hear anything that you don't believe to be true and just. You're not having any part of that. You will literally separate yourself from the people and the people that are saying it. That's how important it is to you. They're part of your past. You don't want to listen. You'll turn off the TV. You will absolutely be responsible and in control of what you're taking in, because that brain is just constantly going. And you both know for yourself that you want to just start fresh. You want to believe and trust, and you're not having it anymore. You're just not having it anymore. It represents, you know, difficulties in the communication sector, for sure. And a lot of us have had that. We've been misunderstood. There were Mercury retrogrades that always enter into that. There have been conversations that have made you part ways. That's the reality of it. But you know what? Done and over, because people that really care and want to be there with you, they will continue to be with you. So those are blessings in their own right. And I don't think you feel bad for a second. But stand true and strong with each other, because you've got what it takes to persevere for sure. So those are the individual messages. And I hope that that makes sense, and if it does, please let me know. Once again, I'm really revved up to get as many subscribers as possible. This is probably going to be the thing I do sooner than not in the readings and private readings and so forth for the new year, because I've been shut down again. So I don't really know now where my massage therapy business will go. I'm not giving up, but I have to be realistic in some ways, and I definitely know that your support would be immensely appreciated and helpful. Keep this channel going. So let me read you the beautiful oracle messages for all of the amazing Aquarians. I'm so truly, genuinely excited for you and what you can have this coming year that will lead to many years past that. I'm proud of you for being here and hanging in there and never giving up when it's so easy at times to want to give up. And I want to read you the first message, which will be the Oracle of the Motivation Manifesto cards. Because they're so special in their own right, but they basically are always brought with love and wisdom and information that can spur us to, think things we haven't, or remind us about things we knew and forgotten, and, to uplift us. Which I love, because we all need that, right? Life's greatest victories are won on the fields of love. I read this not long ago. I wonder if it was one for you 2 days ago. Well, it is so, so true, and it's so, so simple, but love is the most important aspect of our life. And I will always want to read about love and the combinations of people and who gravitate to each other, who inspire, each other. Who teaches us so much through love, and it's, I don't know, I love the saying, life's greatest victories are won on the fields of love. Very, very true. Perfect for you, Aquarius. Now I'm going to read your animal medicine card, because this is about your spiritual animal guide and message that's just for you. And remember, these messages can last for a long time. I don't have a specific time. That is the beginning of the month, but you may not feel it till the end of the month or next month. But I'll be reading your mid-months starting next week again, and you'll be the latter part of the month, of course. But I like to see if they resonate from these readings to the next, see if it's congruent or if it's changing, and you're seeing the optimism step upward, if there were some questions about that. Oh my gosh, I read this yesterday. I just shook them up. But I liked it a lot. I think you will too. So there's, very interesting. That was for Capricorn and Aquarius. So there you are. This is still part of you, Aquarius. Wow, okay, that makes sense. Very strongly. And I see the blues and you're known as the water barrier, because you want to have knowledge to everybody in the world, and you want to give it and freely and help in any way you can. Let me read you what it says again, if you missed yesterday. And what we have is the pelican. How funny. Okay, so the pig and the pelican. Nope, that was pigeon. Oh, Mary. So we have nourishment, inspiration, and manifestation. Pelican has many friends, squawking and talking when on the land. And you do have a lot of friends, Aquarius. That's absolutely part of your deal, and that's who you represent. In flight, the majesty of Pelican as seen gliding way up in the sky in seemingly effortless synchronicity, then plunging into the water to catch prey using teamwork. Always about teamwork, right? For you who has drawn this card, this may be the time bringing a vision from the dream realm or subconscious into waking reality. Pelican sees right through the dazzling surfaces of the sparkling water, venturing from the sky world to the underworld. With the blessing of Pelican, your waking self can see past the veil, and to plunge deep and get the nourishment and inspiration you need for your manifestation. Well, that's a double dose of that. So yes, you've got this, and you're going to have that beautiful energy working and prodding you forward. So I love that for you, Aquarians. I hope you do as well. And let's finish with your super attractor manifestation message. And hope that I can upload this before 7 p.m. tonight, which has been the standard thing. It's like 5 to 1. I believe. I'm going to light my beautiful intentions candle for the reading with Pisces, the last sign for the first part of the month, tomorrow on the new moon. Come on back if you want to see any correlation with you and Pisces, because you'll get that individual message. The message for you, though, oh, I love this. Honestly, I haven't pulled this in so long, Aquarius. I trust that the powerful intentions combined with my faith are enough to allow my vision to become a reality. And trusting in that will absolutely make that happen. There's your third eye and your smart, forward-thinking, beautiful, beautiful energy, Aquarius. You know, you think you are the star in the card. There's your star, there's your dreams, there's your persistent, fixed aspect. And you're just going to allow. You're really about allowing this year coming up. And I'm super happy for you. So thank you again for being here. It's honestly my deepest and loving pleasure. And so take good care of yourself. Come on back, and I'm excited for you. We'll be talking more about how things are going in the year ahead for you. So until next time, thanks and bye for now.